Hello! Hi, welcome again. In this video I want to tell you a bit more about why we are becoming nomadic. In this video I want to give you a bit of a background of how this decision came about, because it definitely is not one point in time when the decision was made. I think it was a bit of a process. It was growing for all of us, I guess, I hope. And I'd like to give you a bit of a timeline of what happened, when it happened, and how it changed us and our values, priorities, and view of the world. I'd like to make a distinction between traveling and being nomadic. What I imagine traveling is having a fixed geographical location, whether it's your house or a flat or your parents' house or somewhere that you can go back to. I contrast it with being nomadic, which to me means giving up that space on earth that you call home. I remember one particular conversation with Joshua, my partner. We were walking through the woods and we were talking about things that we want. And how do you know that you want it? How do you know it is your wish and your desire? I think the conclusion we arrived at during that walk and that conversation was that the majority of things that we as humans want are things that society tells you, or your parents tell you, or your friends tell you, just general circumstances and upbringing tell you that you want this. So you're told you want a big house, you want a car, you want a mortgage or rent, and you want a 9 to 5, and you want to put down roots. You know those expressions, you need to put down roots, you need to settle down, and all that means is find a place on earth where you're going to stay. We started exploring that concept and we decided that actually we don't want that. It was a really uncomfortable feeling because it makes you feel like an odd one out when everybody else wants something and then you decide, I think that's not what I want, I think I'm different. It makes you feel a bit like an outsider or an outlier. So in this lockdown, in this big house, we are sitting and thinking, well, what is it that we want? If you forget what our parents told you, our teachers or society or whoever else told us, what is it that we want? And then I think it was a little bit of clarity. Then we decided that what is more important for us is learning and growing as people, and to facilitate that, we want to travel. We want to challenge ourselves, we want to give up this conditioning, we want to give up this social conditioning, we want to see what happens when we free ourselves from that thinking and see where it takes us. 2 years ago, maybe 2.5 years ago, when we changed our source of income to basically online work. So most of our work, about 90% of it, is now online. We were testing it at first when we were going on holidays, and this started changing what I think of as traveling or becoming nomadic, because a holiday, what's a holiday for most people, is you have a house and a job, you leave it, go somewhere else, and then you go back to it. When we went on family holidays, we would take work with us. So we did not take any time off work. We were traveling, cycling, camping, whatever we were doing, and working at the same time. That'll do for now. We're open to comments, suggestions, and questions, and see you next time.